Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit of time. I spent a long time on the Gold Coast, and originally I had this idea that I was going to vlog the whole experience, but I think I just needed time away from everything and just to immerse myself in friends and family. Mind you, I was doing a lot of reading and writing that entire time, and it gave me a lot of time actually to focus on writing and not so much have to do the writing and then film and work out all those things. So I have a great backlog of material, so that's great. I'm back, I'm ready, and I'm so excited to do a little bit more documenting this year. I think that is my plan of attack this year. If you don't know me, I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I'm currently based in Sydney, Australia. Because I'm going to be creating so many different projects across so many different mediums, I really want to take you on that journey for those of you who are interested in art or interested in just relaxing and having something to tune into at the end of each day. Today I'm doing a bit of a writing focus day. I actually recently got a typewriter, which it blows my mind. I've wanted a typewriter for years now. As young as I can remember, I was creating little books that my parents could flip through, and I really started seriously delving into writing big projects while I was still in school. So I must have been in grade 8, I'd say. Even in primary school, I was writing pretty lengthy stories, so it's just inbuilt, ingrained in me, and I took a humongous break from it and pushed it to the side just because my interest wasn't lying there at that stage, but it's back in full force and it feels right, so I'm gonna go there. So majority of my artistic projects right now are based around art in the sense of writing and storytelling, visually and through words and speaking and whatnot. So without spoiling anything, I'm just gonna show you. It's 2:41 and I can officially say that I have finished writing the Tea Time at the Manor House story, and I'm so happy. I still have to obviously go back and do a bunch of edits and do my second draft of it, but I'm really satisfied that it's done. I was like kind of skeptical. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to finish it, the first draft of it, before my meeting, but I did, and best case scenario, yay. Yes. It's about 17 pages and over 6,000 words. So this should be fun to break down into little audio bits. Super, super happy and satisfied. Morning, or afternoon I should say. I already had to do a bunch of voiceovers this morning, which they're hard to film because I can't release the information before it's obviously on air, so just take my word for it. Hopefully by the end of the year this stack is going to be super, super thick of just my analog thoughts. I wrote another one which kind of inspired me to write a story spurring off that. So I got 3 so far, and I need to write my ones for today as well. If I can do 1 or 2 per day, that will be favorable. And I'm just kind of starting to feel out my options, sending out my poetry to different places, and just I have to really get back into filming my poetry pieces and uploading them to Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I also did some writing in this one as well. I finished Stephen King's book on writing and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was really, really wonderful, very well written, super easy to read, very informative. I think it's great for anyone to read who's interested in writing, whether you're interested in it for a hobby purpose or whether you're actually trying to make a career out of it. I think this is full of some really great words of wisdom. I shot a couple of things outside just then to keep this brief because I don't like talk your ear off. I shot some stuff outside just before. I'm gonna upload it and tag my agency and just get things rolling for the year. I also do want to film at least 1 poetry reading today, just kind of in the lounge room or wherever looks cool, and start uploading again and just keep that going because I sometimes get in my head about what sets to use and where to shoot and all that kind of stuff, but I just have to do it. Just have to start. Not every set's gonna be perfect, it's fine. Later on, I'm definitely gonna start working on draft 2 of Tea Time at the Manor House so that I can start recording that and getting that sorted so it's ready for season 1 of the podcast. And that's that. Just quickly before I start everything, I'm gonna show you what books I've been reading. This is kind of like books I read last year going on into this year. So the first one that I read was James Patterson and Candace Fox's thriller, The Murder Inn. It's a crime, and I love crime stories and mysterious stories and psychological stories. I love dark stories, basically. So this was really quite thrilling and it was great. The Modern by Anna Kate Blair. It was so crazy because I read this before going to New York for the first time. And obviously this is about the Modern Art Museum in New York. And so things like the sculpture garden and different things that were pointed out in the book, I actually saw in person, and I kept mentally referencing back to the book the whole time. It's a relaxing book to read. It's relatable. It's great. I highly recommend if you just want a book to read over coffee at the end of the day or start of the day to really just chill out. great book. I definitely will be checking out some of her other books, as well as James Patterson as well. So these were really enjoyable for me. I consider this my creative Bible. It's The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. I have a special place in my heart for Rick Rubin. I think he's incredible. I love the way his brain works, and I hope that one day, wherever this journey leads me, that I get to have a conversation with him, because he just seems like a very insightful and very connected, well-grounded person. And I feel like, yeah, he'd just be a wonder to talk to. So I thoroughly enjoy this book. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, I think everyone could benefit from reading the material in this book, because it's just fabulous. The next book, obviously, which I already talked about, is Stephen King's On Writing book. This is, as I said, amazing. It's got some great info in it, and yeah, it was just super great to read a little bit about Stephen King's backstory as well, his childhood, his insight on writing, and just life experience, because he's rich in life experience. One that I haven't finished yet, but I am over halfway through, is Just Kids by Patti Smith. This particular book was gifted to me by my best friend. She was raving to me about this book for so long, and I have been meaning to grab it for so long, and she gifted it to me, her copy, which is so special. And so I've just been annotating a couple of things inside, and it's a really beautiful story, very interesting. Again, there are a lot of parts of New York that are actually captured in this book that I've seen myself, which is really cool. A little bit of history, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I will definitely be finishing this one next. And then moving on to something else, definitely back into reading again. So this is my little trophy stack so far. And without further ado, let's just get on with the day. So since I got my typewriter, I've been doing a lot of analog writing, and I'm gonna save majority of it to probably put in like a collection or something like that. But I wrote one last night that really spurred on a different idea for me of maybe a different writing project. So nonetheless, in a collection as a whole, this may not even be in the collection because it leads on to a different project. So beware the wolves in your clothing, the ones who layer by layer tear away your skin and wear it as their own, till you're left bare as bone. Too much of a vacant shell to be loved by those you adore. Though you may cry wolf, no one can hear, for the wolves wear your voice box and claim all you hold dear. A little bit dark, that one, but if you know me, you know that I love reading psychological, dark kind of stories, because, I don't know, they just are interesting and fun. That's my input for the day. Go on as you were.